What is going on, guys? It is Cabal Culture Smasher, and welcome back again to the channel. Uh, well, we've been talking a little bit about this game called Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet. Man, that name is just really stupid. Every time I try to say it, it becomes like a tongue twister just to even say that. Try to say that 5 times fast, right? Well, guys, I was really surprised, honestly blown away by the incredible reception I saw on that first video, where all I did was simply react to the trailer and just give my honest thoughts. A lot of people saying, oh, look at this little grifter, oh, look at this guy who is an incel trying to get offended. Well, to those people I say, you guys are the problem here. I mean, how can you honestly watch that trailer with that totally narcissistic looking lead and not at the very least have criticisms about her attitude and her likability as a main protagonist? I would think that that would at least be the first concern that pops your mind, even if you're not necessarily concerned with the very clear political aspects tied to this game, not to mention the product placement, which is just all over the place in the trailer. But anyway, I'm sure you guys some of you are aware that currently there was a rumor that there was these massive plot leaks surrounding the game's plot where apparently a disgruntled former Naughty Dog employee more or less kind of sold the keys to the kingdom and told the entire story, which sounds insanely absurd. Now, various news outlets, games journalists, or if you can call them journalists, have denied it, flat out saying that it's all a lie and that they're just totally fake leaks trying to stir up controversy. Most notably, one of the naysayers of these leaks is Jason Schreier. I'm sure that there's a lot of fake leaks out there, and it wouldn't surprise me if these leaks were fake. However, the fact is, I can't even really trust these games journalists when they say that these leaks are fake either, because they've let our trust down so many times. They're so unreliable as a source for telling the truth that when absurd leaks like this, like for the game, come out and they deny it, I'm sorry, I can't even understand or accept that they're telling us the truth about the situation either. I mean, take a look at The Last of Us Part 2, right? The pretty much in base leaks for those games, with Joel getting off to like a coward, just getting absolutely cucked in his own game, and then Abby trans thing taking over and becoming this girl boss that we're supposed to actually play as. All of that was leaked like months and months in advance. Now, someone might have just created these leaks as sort of a mockery to try to grift off of those previous Last of Us 2 leaks, and there's nothing valid to it at all. Or it could actually be true, at least partially true. And there are some things to take away from those leaks that, although they sound completely absurd, some of it sounds like actual half-truths, which have pretty much been confirmed by the game's journalists. Because we're going to go into this article here from some guy with a Russian name. But anyway, the website's called gagagadget.com. And apparently he's taking some of the words from Jason Schreier here, the games journalist who has denied all of these leaks. It says here, the leaked story Intergalactic the Heretic Prophet story was a fake, says journalist Jason Schreier. All right, well, let's see what they actually have to say about that. Recently, a leaked plot of Intergalactic the Heretic Prophet, which, according to an anonymous author, was allegedly posted by a disgruntled Naughty Dog employee. This leak spread quickly, causing heated discussions among people. Yeah, you can say that again. Here's what we know. However, journalist and insider Jason Schreier confirmed on the Blue Sky, aka the Beta Man's Twitter, Blue Sky platform, that the details of the story are false. This is not the first time that Naughty Dog has faced such leaks. The studio has already experienced significant criticism after the incident with the leaked plot of The Last of Us Part 2. But this time, all the information is fake. Are we sure about that? Because what they're about to say later in this article actually kind of confirms some of these leaks. Unless this information was already publicly available before the leaks. I honestly don't know, because I don't really care that much. Intergalactic's plot leak came amidst mixed reactions to the game's announcement last week. Some fans expressed their dissatisfaction on social media, which may have encouraged others to believe the fake information. Man, they're really trying to downplay how bad this thing is. All right, the fact is, if you just made a good game and you tried in good faith to make a good game without putting all of your agenda nonsense bullshit into it, people probably wouldn't ratio your trailers and actually try to give you some benefit of the doubt here. The fact is, though, Naughty Dog, without the political aspect of their games even attached to that, they've just destroyed the fan base because they attacked the critics of the game who disliked the way Joel went out. It had nothing to do sometimes with even Abby being trans or whatnot like that. Sometimes people were just so critical of the game. And that was not going to be tolerated by Naughty Dog, so they actually try to go after channels, falsely copyright striking a lot of them, such as Geeks and Gamers, such as Ryan Kinnell from RK Outpost, all those other channels. But anyway, let's continue. Naughty Dog has not yet commented on the situation, but players should be careful with rumors and believe only the statements of the developers. You mean the developers that killed off our main beloved protagonist and then just tried to copyright strike the YouTubers who criticized it? We're supposed to take their words and only believe them as if they are the arbiters of truth? Get the fuck out of here. After all, it is only officially known that the story of Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet, man, that's such a bad name, focuses on a fictional religion and how it affects people. Let's go over that one more time. After all, it is only officially known that the story of Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet, focuses on a fictional religion and how it affects people. All right, so as I was saying before, I don't know if that specific detail was known prior to the leaks or after. Like, we're just now learning about that. Either way, it doesn't really matter whether these leaks are real or not, because it's just simply indicative. The fact that this was even written on 4chan at all and has gained as much traction as it has, it's just indicative of the fact that we're not in a healthy space whatsoever as an entertainment industry. We're not in a healthy space as a cultural society. Everything about our modern pop culture has just been corrupted and diluted and just destroyed, regardless of political philosophies involved, to the point where the average consumer, they just don't trust what they're being told anymore. They don't trust the information that's coming out anymore because they have no reason to actually have faith in something like movies or television or films anymore. You know, some once in a while, a gem like The Penguin or something like that, or that new Karate Kid movie, which actually looks kind of cool. Those things will come along. But the fact is, people have a healthy reason for wanting to just trust their leaders. And those that would blindly follow these people and just believe whatever they tell you, I mean, go ahead, that's your right to do so. But the fact is, don't try to attack people that have a legitimate reason for wanting to criticize these products ahead of time based on what they see in the trailer. After all, they are the paying customer, aren't they? But that part about the Heretic Prophet game having a fictional religion and how it affects people, that statement just irks me. Why? Because we know what it means. We know that it probably means that the game is going to have a very clear, ham-fisted Christian allegory where they attempt to make the Christians look like enemies, and I'm sure the enemies will be white guys, because of course they will be. But the idea being, like, they're not going to be subtle about it. They'll say it's some fictional religion, but it's going to be clearly indicative of Christianity and everything that it stands for. I mean, according to the leaks, it talks about a messiah who's supposed to save some race of hybrid aliens or something like that. I don't know. It's pretty nonsense. But just the fact that we don't know whether these leaks are actually true or not, it should just tell you everything. There's no reason to trust the games journalists, the developers, or the leakers themselves. Nobody involved here can really be trusted with what they're saying. I honestly believe that those leaks, they are really absurd, and maybe there's a lot of hyperbole in there, but I do believe that some of it is halfway true because of the legitimacy of the Last of Us Part 2 leaks we saw previously. And just to make matters worse, like I said, you know, people have just had it. They've had it with their own worldviews, their own sense of being, their own ability to just basically be free and have their own lives. They're sick of being attacked just for existing. I'm sure a lot of Christians, rightfully so, are going to be upset because I'm sure this game's going to depict them in such a terrible light. It's going to make them look like religious zealots who are truly evil, Yahtzees, let's call them. And, you know, people are, they've had it. Even if they're not Christians, they're going to see the messaging. Like, I'm not a Christian myself, right? But I'm just turned off by this confirmed piece of information on its own, let alone the bald woman in the trailer. But even so, like, even without that nonsense involved with the woman in the trailer whose name is apparently called Jordan, just hearing that plot leak about the Christian stuff alone is enough to completely turn me off to the game. There's no reason at all to trust these people. Please stop giving these people your money. These people honestly hate you. They use their band of stooges and people that are blind enough not to call them out on their bullshit in order to pretty much shut down political dissent, people opposing their opinions. The fact is, these people don't like you one bit. They despise you. There's no reason for you to want to give your money to these people. I mean, you can if you want. It's always your right. I'm never going to tell anyone what they can and cannot support. I'm just saying, if you are going to support them, yeah, you are kind of contributing to the problems here. Let's just be real. Either way, I don't see this game making a profit. The reason being because, unlike The Last of Us Part 2, The Last of Us Part 2, that game was years in the making, right? There was so much anticipation surrounding the next chapter of that game. So much hype built around the Last of Us Part 1, that first legendary game. Everyone was so excited for the sequel. And I think everybody, when they heard about those leaks about Joel getting offed by Abby, sounded so ridiculous that nobody wanted to believe it. Until it actually happened, and people were stunned. And not only that, as I keep saying, Naughty Dog then went out and attacked the critics who didn't like that character choice for Joel in the game. What happened? Well, despite, them selling a reported 10 million copies of The Last of Us, they still sold 8 million copies less than their predecessor, Last of Us Part 1. And also destroyed the reputation in the eyes of many, many fans in the process. Yeah, there's going to be people that defend him to the end because these people really don't have a spine. But the fact is, people that really like the character of Joel, they were rightfully upset about that. People that don't even agree with me politically, people that probably hate my guts politically, were really turned off to that trailer. People, Intergalactic, because they see it as being a repeat of The Last of Us Part 2 with the same exact agendas, same exact nonsense, same exact division. Games used to be escapism. Films, movies, television shows, cartoons, paintings, all forms of artistic medium, artistic expression, cultural expression. These things used to mean something because they used to actually give people joy, or they used to actually provoke thoughtful discussions surrounding them because they didn't attack either side. They tried to tell a story in a means that was balanced and that brought people together. And that's what art is supposed to be. It's supposed to bring people together, But what we're getting now is just, it's not art anymore. It's communist Marxist propaganda that is being pushed on us by the cabal. And that is the reason why my channel exists, Cabal Culture Smasher, because single-handedly, the main root of all these issues comes from the top, comes from the people that want to honestly destroy us, turn us against each other, make us hate each other, and they really have done a lot of that successfully, to give them credit. But there's one caveat to this whole thing. Donald J. Trump. Trump is now going to be going back to the White House. I cannot wait for the inauguration day. We're about 4 weeks away from that at the time of me recording this video. I mean, this is the greatest Christmas gift ever, that Trump is going to come in and save this country. Why? Because the world needs to heal. You know that song, What the World Needs Now is Love, Sweet Love. That's a good Amazon ad, by the way. You guys should really check that out. But anyway, yeah, I mean, guys, this game, Intergalactic Heretic Prophet, came at the worst possible time. Trump just got reelected. People are starting to now completely turn against wokeness. Completely. Because they know it just doesn't make a profit. Regardless of if they might agree with the messaging, the vast majority of normal, everyday working people don't agree with these messages. They realize the cancer that it truly is. And that's why they voted in Donald Trump. And I'm so happy at the response, the ratios on the trailer in response to this whole thing. It shows that we're finally starting to heal as a society, although it's clear we still got a lot of work left to do. So we shall see where it goes. But honestly, guys, I have hope. Well, that's about as optimistic as you're ever going to hear from me on this channel, my freaking angry ass. Well, anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching the video. If you like this video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing, and have a good day.